Hello, I'm Natalia and welcome to another edition of Fabulous Friday, and today we are going to make this fantastic Amazonite necklace. To make this necklace, what you'll need is a strand of Amazonite briolets, about 22 of these 10mm rounds which are rose quartz, some of these 6mm round rose gold balls, a toggle clasp in rose gold, and 2 of these puffy hearts in rose gold. Then you're also going to need your crimps and crimp covers that are rose gold coloured, and also 3/4 meter of beading thread. And all the usual tools that you'll need to make a necklace with, so 2 pairs of pliers, a pair of crimping pliers and some cutters. So let's start to make our necklace. So I've got my 3/4 meter of beading thread, and I'm going to thread on all of the Amazonite briolets that come on the strand. And so I will come back as soon as I've threaded them on, and we can go to the next stage of the necklace after that. So once you have added all of your briolets to your beading thread, you'll see that what happens is they just knit together really well. It looks like a little dovetail joint. They just kind of align themselves beautifully, and it has a really nice pattern to it when they sit together like that, because when they come on the strand, they have these little spaces between them, keeping them separate. And whilst they do look nice when they're suspended like that, I also love to see them connected together in this way. And this necklace is all about texture, colour, and also about putting different kind of styles of beads together to create this real interest. So we're going to take one of the 6mm rose gold rounds and put one of those on either side of the necklace so that they're sitting at the end of the briolets. And then to break up the Amazonite and the rose quartz that's coming in, we're just adding these puffy hearts in the rose gold, and because they're hollow, sometimes it's quite hard to get your beading thread through them, so you just have to stab around a few times. And then eventually you'll be able to find the way out for the beading thread. So it just takes a couple of attempts, and sometimes it's better if you actually look down through the hole, you can actually see the thread. And then we're going to add another of the 6mm rose gold rounds. Rose gold is a really fashionable colour at the moment, so I think it goes beautifully. It works so well with the lovely pale green of the Amazonite and then the beautiful delicate pink of the rose quartz. And so for this design, what I've done is I have used 11 of the rose quartz 10mm rounds on each side, and I've interspersed and spaced them with one of the 6mm rose gold rounds. So it just creates this really nice pattern, and the rose gold, I think it brings out the pink a lot more in the rose quartz. So we're going to put 11 rose quartz alternating with a rose gold round to finish the necklace, and then I'll show you what we do when we get to the end of that. So once you've added the required number of rose quartz beads onto your necklace on either side, you're just going to add on some more of the small rose gold rounds just to finish off. And so I added a rose gold round onto the end of the rose quartz, the last rose quartz, and then I'm putting a further 6 because that's the length of the necklace that I'd like. So if you prefer, you can add less or you can add more depending on what kind of length you want your necklace to be. The other really good thing about adding smaller beads to the end of a necklace is it just makes it so much easier to wear and to fasten the necklace when you are trying to fasten the clasp together. So smaller beads just make it so much easier, which is worth noting whenever you're designing a necklace. So once you've done that, the next thing you want to do is to attach either end of the clasps, the toggle clasps. And so we're going to use a crimp and a crimp cover. And so first of all, pop your crimp on to one end. Just trying to find the hole in the crimp. And then take one end of your toggle clasps. I'm just taking the loop, popping that onto the end of my beading thread, and then I'm going to take the end of my beading thread back through my crimp, and just make sure that you leave about 5mm gap between the end of your crimp and the jump ring on the end of your toggle. That just allows the clasp to move around. So taking some crimping pliers, I'm just going to press the crimp together using the setting in the middle, and then go back over the crimp just to fold it up with the little opening on the end of the crimping pliers. And then take your crimp cover, which looks like a letter C, and that just goes on over your crimp and covers it up nicely, but also leaves it looking like a slightly smaller rose gold bead. And use your chain nose pliers just to adjust that and make sure it looks nice and well aligned, and then you can trim off the excess beading thread with your cutters. So that's how to finish the necklace off. You do exactly the same thing on the other side of your necklace with the toggle, with the T-bar of the toggle clasp. And that is the Amazonite necklace with rose quartz and rose gold. And I think you'll agree it looks fantastic with all the different colours and textures working together very harmoniously. So you can find all of the components to make this piece of jewellery in the description below this video, and also don't forget to visit our website for so much more inspiration and jewellery making components at beadhouse.co.uk.